Alfonso Cuadra, we are talking real estate. Thanks for joining me, my friend.
Woo! I'm happy. I'm here. I got my noisemakers, expand noisemakers, and I'm ready for this beautiful conversation.
Well, we're talking. It's interesting.
Fire.
We're talking in expand. I mean, we've got you're hosting an event in Toronto in December, the weekend of the 15th. I'm going to be there. JG Francoeur is going to be there. We're inviting the RAIN community to be there because we're talking real estate. The game is changing dramatically. So we're going to get to all that when we look at what's happening with the economic fundamentals, when we start to look at the strategies that are going to work going forward, and why people are shut down right now, how many people are shut down. So we're going to be talking about all of that. We just came off an amazing event in Langley.
Standing room only. Yeah.
Standing room only. It was a fantastic event. So much fun. And such a great audience, and action takers like crazy what people are doing in the multifamily space. And that, my friend, is really what we have to shine a light on.
Yes.
The game has changed. Multifamily is the new game to play to get your capital to work. And why don't you expand on that conversation, given what you're doing lots of development, you're doing multifamily, you teach the multifamily game. So let's talk about what's going on from your perspective in the world of real estate.
Well, you know what? We were having a conversation before we hit record here. And, this year, I think we did 2 events together, and not including last expand, but every time we work together, especially, when you're doing these 3-day events, and, every time we work together, I think to myself, I like this guy. I like this guy. You bring that economic update everyone loves, and, the truth behind the headlines. Mm-hmm. And the writing's all over the wall. The price of housing has increased. No longer can you make those smaller properties work the way they used to.
Yeah.
And if you started in single family, and that's kind of how you were growing, you might find yourself stuck. And there is another way. Right. That's kind of what people know me for. I've been investing in multifamily for over 27 plus years. Not only do we tap into the economies of scale, but easier financing. And, one of the biggest parts about, trying to get into the real estate game is how in the world are you going to get qualified for this $1 million duplex you're trying to buy? Well, there's another way. Right. So for financing in regular residential properties, they're looking at your debt to income ratio. So it's all about you versus an asset-based lending. When they look at multifamily, we're talking about larger buildings, but you know what? So some lenders look at a fourplex could be a multifamily as well.
Yes.
But ultimately they're looking at the DCR, the debt coverage ratio. How much income does a property bring in after expenses, and is there money left over to pay the debt, right? Mm-hmm. And so that changes the game, because now you're not limited to 1 or 2 mortgages under your name. Now you can have an infinite amount of mortgages under your name, as long as all of these mortgages can fit within that DCR. Mm-hmm. And so those are the things that we've been teaching people. And this is why, our community has been exploding. Last year, our community did $831 million in transactions. This year, we're on track to doing over $1 billion. And this expand conference, it's all about that. I mean, 2025 is all about going to the next level, expanding. The economic data is there, that there's going to be massive opportunity. I happen to believe that, it's like the perfect storm. You got the boomers. What did you call yourself? No,
it wasn't what I called myself, but I've been referred to as the doom and gloomer boomer, which I'm not, by the way. So I'm looking at the economics of things, but anyways.
Yeah. So, the boomers, exiting portfolios, exiting businesses, exiting, unfortunately, life. right? And that next generation it's not equipped to own the real estate. They're going to liquidate. The data's there where we're going to be early in 2025, and so this all things now point to this little window of opportunity. And I happen to believe we're in for an amazing ride of opportunity, deals on the market, and it will be the biggest wealth transfer in history. That's what I believe. But you should come to Expand to find out all the different strategies and how we're going to get you to that next level.
100%. There's the realities that we're facing. I've often said, and one of the things that I say a lot is that there is no bad economies to invest in real estate. There's just the wrong strategy given what's happening economically. And what's happening right now in the single family space is that it's not that it can't be done, but when you consider the headwinds you face, how sticky it is, and the challenges that you face in getting financing, find deals that cash flow, the money that you need to have access to even get in the game has really changed. So right now, as we look into the future and we understand what's happening economically, the opportunity in the multifamily space is greater, I think, than ever, and the opportunities are there. So part of what we're doing as well, Alfonso, we joke that you're the Godfather, and I've recently been referred to the grandfather of real estate. But collectively,
the Godfather and the grandfather in the house.
We can't help it. That isn't my title, by the way. That's what was handed to me. But the point is, and it's a little bit tongue in cheek, but the point of it is that we bring a lot of insights and experience to the conversation. And, also what we're doing is we're literally opening up our communities to each other to grow a community of like-minded individuals. Because as we go into the future, when we look at what's happening economically, being in the environment of like-minded individuals changes the game in how you go forward and see the opportunities as they unfold. So I wanted to shine a light on that. These are huge opportunities for the RAIN community to come together with the Wealth Genius community, and that's part of what you and I are doing in that initiative, to educate, to support, to guide individuals. Now, here's a fundamental thing around it, is a lot of people are shut down around investing in real estate because it's harder, it's stickier. But the reality that we have to face is, given the cost of capital, given inflation, which, we can get into a whole different conversation around that, ultimately, your money is melting away. Your currency buying power and value is literally, it's like the metaphor or the analogy I use is like an ice cube in the palm of your hand. It is melting away. And that money that you have in the bank today, left in the bank, is going to be 1 year from now far less buying power. And that's why we need to get that capital to work. And real estate is that hard asset, that store of value that we need to get to. So that's a little bit of the overview of what we're talking about. The EXPAND event in Toronto, middle of December, December 15th weekend, is going to open up people's eyes to the opportunities that are out there and why there's opportunities there, as well as strategies, tactics, and techniques, if you will, to get your capital to work to invest in multifamily real estate, amongst many other things. Raising capital. What other topics are we going to hit on next?
Invest. So look, what we tend to focus on is the strategies that are most relevant today. Multifamily, land development, investing in the U.S., raising capital, and other strategies. We got people that like JG. He's coming talking about ADUs. Maybe you could talk to that a little bit because I know that you're very close to that content.
Yep.
But we have over 50 plus presenters coming over the weekend. And it's just going to be an incredible weekend. We start off on the Friday with about 6 different breakout rooms, and we're just trying to plan these breakout rooms, and right before we press record. But we're looking at passive investing training, active investing, land development, different real estate strategies, how to use AI today in real estate, all the things that are relevant right now that are going to put you on this trajectory of success in 2025. So the Fridays, all breakout rooms, and then we have the main stage on Saturday and Sunday. We have presenters throughout the day. And what I love is that Saturday night gala where we're bringing entertainment, we're bringing magicians, we're bringing comedians. We're having a good time. We're dressing up. You know, you brought out, I think you brought out your tuxedo.
I dusted it off. Yeah.
But you know what? It's just an incredible time. And it's an incredible time in real estate right now. And it's just the right event that everybody needs. If you are watching this, if you are, in the US, if you're across Canada, make your way to EXPAND, December 13, 14, 15. I know that I'm excited about having the RAIN community there. I know we had some folks in June, and I'm so excited. Everybody loves this collaboration, Wealth Genius and the RAIN community. I mean, that's where I went to learn about real estate, way back, 27 plus years ago when I was getting into real estate. Yeah. And it's just, it's incredible, Patrick. I can't, sometimes I pinch myself and it's like, oh, wow. Like, I can't believe that at one point, I was an attendee and now we're collaborating. It's just, it's incredible. I'm excited, That's why I got my noisemakers out there. And so you're going to get these noisemakers and you're going to make a lot of noise because you know what? One thing that it is a big part of our values, our core values in Wealth Genius is a 3-letter word. Fun.
Well, yeah, here's the thing about it all, right? And let's, shine a light on a couple things. The world is changed and has changed forever. And we have to adapt and, I guess, pivot into not only creating wealth, but preserving wealth. And we know that real estate is one of those things that will support you in doing that. And that is what we can guide and support people in doing and achieving, and education. I'm going to be doing an economic update, the future state, the futurization of real estate, if you will, and real estate investing, because the game has, in fact, changing. I think we've literally hit a fork in the road over the past few months, and I don't see it changing back for quite some time. So we want to be on the right path. We want to take the right fork in the road, and we want to have conversations about not only how do we create wealth, but how do we preserve wealth? How do we grow a real estate future or a financial future investing in real estate the right way, the right strategies. And that's what the EXPAND weekend is also all about, as well as meeting, networking, getting connected with, trusted partners in their expertise, whether it be mortgage brokers or legal counsel, accounting. I mean, we pretty much cover it all in terms of who's going to be there for investors to connect with so that they can build their team. And you got people coming out from out of town, like literally out of other provinces to talk about what's going on and I don't want to give it away. It's not mine to give away, but I mean, you've got some cool speakers coming in from Alberta, British Columbia. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be an amazing time.
Oh, everywhere in the US. I mean, we're excited. This is our biggest event, right? And this EXPAND will be our biggest yet. The community is excited. I mean, we were just in Edmonton, 140 people registered just for, a 3-day intensive boot camp that put on there. And then Langley again, standing room only. When I say standing room only, like we were like pulling out tables, and at one point the venue ran out of tables and we were running out of chairs, and we're like, can you guys like sit on each other's lap, Awesome. And it was a good feeling because it tells you that the energy's back, and it's the newness of the strategies that people now have to. I think everyone needs to come out to this EXPAND event. There's a little window of opportunity, and you need to be updated with all the new strategies that are in place right now that are going to make you successful in 2025.
Beautiful. Alfonso, thanks for joining me. Links are in the description below. Join us December 15th. Expand, create that financial future. Real estate is that store of value. We need to get our capital to work. Thanks for taking the time to do this.
Woo!